Good morning. Here we are in Brackettville, Texas on a foggy morning. Not real foggy, but somewhat foggy. And we're going to go take a drive. And guess where we're going to go? Surprise, surprise. We're going to go to the Talking Road. And we're going to talk about staying busy in retirement. Telling you, it's a crazy world we live in. One day you're working and the next day you ain't. But having said that, moving on, I did a video the other day about, kind of doing a little financial planning before you retire, like have a budget, which is a great idea. And now we're going to budget our time. And you budget your money, you budget your time. Is there a problem with that? No. Because right now in the workplace, if you're still there, you're budgeting your time by allowing the corporation to take 40 to 80 hours of your life every week for 20 to 30 years. So having said that, we're going to get out here pretty soon. We're going to turn left and get out of all this traffic, which is virtually none, to really none. But here you are, guys. You think of all the habits that you form over a period of 20 to 30 years when you're in the workforce. Like the time you get up, the time you go to bed, when you mow the grass, when you go to the grocery store, doing home repairs, you got to do some scheduling on that, and on and on we go. And so those habits are ingrained. After 20 years, I would say a habit is just part of your life. I mean, it's the way it is. So whenever you retire, the whole predictable world changes, and you have to modify your habits accordingly as quickly as you can. Because I remember when I fully left the workforce, God, it's been 16 years ago, I think. Yeah, when I turned age 62, I started drawing Social Security, and that pretty much ended the workforce for me. And but I still had all those habits of getting up at a certain time, having breakfast at a certain time, having lunch at a certain time, the evening meal at a certain time. You know what I mean? Going to bed at a certain time so you'd feel good when you got up in the morning to go to work, and on you go. And of course, you had all your acquaintances in the workforce. So you had people to talk to, and maybe you had a break time and all that stuff. So life was just peace and harmony. Well, without the politics, it would have been peace and harmony, but there's always the bureaucracy and all that crap when you're working. Now we're going to talk about waking up on a Monday morning and no job. That's it. You're through. You're done. You're no longer needed in the workforce. You are out to pasture now. You have been put out to pasture. You are on your own. And I would suggest the following. Maintain those work habits as best you can by getting up at the same time, having your breakfast at the same time, but just draw it out a little bit. In other words, you can leisurely sit down at your coffee table or wherever you have your breakfast and read the paper if you choose to, if you're into news and stuff, or whatever you want to do. You can now take your time, and it's going to be hard to do that because you're not used to slowing down. You're used to schedules, and it's going to be really hard, or it's going to take some time to form new habits. So don't be in a hurry. Just be on notice that you're going to be a little fidgety. You know what I mean? Like, God, I ain't got nothing to do, man. What's going on here? I don't have old Bill, Fred, Susan, and people to talk to. Oh, no, what am I going to do? I'm going to go crazy. Well, no, you're not. You're going to go sane. You're going to go really sane now, because once you figure this thing out, you're going to enjoy the hell out of it, because now you are the boss of your daily timetable. You are in charge. Is that good? Hell yeah. It takes a while to get used to it, but it's like a little mouse that's been in a cage, and it had a little thing to run on, those little treadmill things inside the cage. It would run on the treadmill a while and then sit down and run on the treadmill some more. Well, that's kind of the way you've been doing, or I did, And yeah, you run on the treadmill, and then you go home and back to the treadmill and off, you know what I mean, back and forth. And now the cage door is open. There's no treadmill, or it's there. You don't have to use it anymore. So there you sit. You know, this is Monday morning. You just woke up. You got your breakfast going, and in your mind you're thinking, well, I got to hurry up. It's 8:15 or 7:30 or whatever it happens to be, and you've only got so much time to get to work. I don't have to go to work. How about that? And that's going to happen a lot. It's going to happen several times. You know, you're going to feel like, oh, I got to go, and you don't. You know, you can sit at home and relax and do whatever you want to do. Now we get to some more suggestions about what do you do. Well, you know, I would suggest forming good habits and becoming their slaves, such as walking for exercise. I really recommend that for anybody, retired or not, but particularly for you retired guys or fixing to retire guys. Get up in the morning, have you a little breakfast. I would recommend going after breakfast, but because it's always good to walk after a meal. It helps in digestion. I would suggest walking after every meal, morning, noon, and evening, if you have 3 meals a day. If you don't, do what you do well. But yeah, then take you a nice walk. I walk. Now, what I do doesn't mean a damn thing. This might give you some guidance. It doesn't mean you have to do it. You do you, I do me. But I get up. Of course, I have my breakfast leisurely, and then I do my YouTube stuff, comment call, and then I take a walk for about an hour. You know, and that figures out to be about 2 or 3 miles, whatever. I don't walk by distance. I walk by time. You know, I allow about an hour for my morning walk, and I usually accomplish that or more. And then when I get back, you know, of course, that's it. You know, I've done the walk now. Doo-dah. You know, then I do this. I take a drive. Okay, I'm taking a drive right now on what I call the talking road, because this is the road I drive on and do my talking, because there's no traffic, as you can see. You know, I'm driving 37 miles an hour, and I'm not getting run over because there's not a single car behind me. So this is the talking road. I come out here every day. I may not talk to you. I'll talk to myself. Sometimes I do a video. Sometimes I don't. Anyway, so this is step 2 of the morning passing by. You know, instead of being at the quote office, I'm at this office now. And then I'll go back in a little bit. It'll be, you know, by that time it'll be, you know, after 10:15, 10:30. Then I can either read a book, which I do read occasionally, but there's only so many books you can read. You understand? And after a while they become repetitive, like, you know, watching TV or watching YouTube stuff. You know, it just becomes doo-dah, you know, the old ho-hum stuff. And so yeah, you can do a little bit, you know, just kind of mix it all up, and then, you know, make your own meal. You know what I mean? You're making your own diet. You know, you're budgeting your time now. Yeah, well, not budgeting, but you're fixing a schedule. And then once you get it comfortable, then all you got to do is repeat it over and over and over and over and over, and then throw in a little variety every now and then if you want to. You know, take you a longer trip, or, you know, I live in an RV. I don't do much traveling anymore, but I do have a Class C motorhome, and I enjoy the hell out of it. And then you know, of course, read books. You know, and do I take a nap? And then I figure I don't eat out. I have to prepare my own meals. I have an Instant Pot, so, you know, I can prepare a meal using the Instant Pot and put some stuff in the freezer, so that I've always got some decent meals to eat without going out and spending money and eating unhealthy food. Because that can, when you retire, that can become a real big bad habit, you know, because it's convenient and it gives you something to do. You know, you got to go to McDonald's and get you a super Big Mac and an extra large cup of coffee and yeah, everything your body doesn't need, and then you wonder why you have cholesterol issues, whatever else, blood pressure and all that stuff. And there is a car coming behind me now, so I'm going to speed up a little bit just to keep from running over me. So so you're getting your routine nailed down, and you got to do it your way. You know, you may have hobbies that you can fill in. You know, if you like to fish or, you know, do other things like that, hell yeah, do the hell out of it. You know, go fishing every chance you get. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And if you want to travel a little bit, sure, you know, but you're not going to be traveling all the time unless you're a full-time RVer. And even then, there's going to be times that you actually stop for a month or so. and on and on we go. Yeah, so filling your time is forming habits, whether you're in the workforce or not. You know what I mean? Uh, you got 24 hours in a day. Let's just say you sleep 9 or whatever it is. That leaves you 15. You got your meals and your walking and all that stuff, drops you down to about 8 or 9 maybe. So the time is passing. And even if you were just sitting there on your front porch in a rocking chair staring at the squirrels, that's okay. I don't have any problem with that at all. Do I do it? If there's any damn squirrels there, I will. Because they're interesting little animals, and birds and stuff. Some people become bird watchers and all kinds of stuff. So there's a jillion things you can do. You just have to find what suits you. And yeah, you got to fill that time, because do I get bored? Hell yeah, I'm human, man. Everybody's human, And but what I'll do is, if I'm sitting around thinking, well, shit, I ain't got anything to do, I'm just gonna sit here and twiddle my thumbs. No, I'll tell you a good idea. If the weather's nice or even close, put on some clothes, get out that door, and just walk outside and walk around. I promise you, you'll find something interesting to either see or do. I guarantee you. And you can take walks around your neighborhood. You'd be surprised. You may meet some of your neighbors. You may not want to meet them, but there's that option also. As far as the evening time after the day the sun is set and all that stuff, that's up to you. You can read books and stuff, but again, it's up to you. There's no magic formula. I'm sure there's all kind of books published on how to stay busy after retirement and hobbies and all that crap, but you got to find your own path. It's up to you. You do you, I do me, and everybody else does them. And all those things in those books are basically, I've looked at some of them, they're just a waste of time, because I'm not going to do any of that crap. I'm not going to get into macrame and painting and crap. I tried some painting. Little, fill in the numbers crap, which is crap. That took me about 5 minutes and I was through with that. And but as far as other things, walking is a good habit to form. After your noon meal and walk, you could take a short nap. 15 or 20 minutes is supposedly a healthy thing to do. And so but try to form habits that are healthy. You understand, mentally and physically, because that's the rest of your life. There's no more working 20 years and out. The next out is totally out. When you retire from retirement, you don't have to worry about any of that crap anymore. Okay, you don't have to worry about anything I just talked about. You're done. And if you don't believe me, go to a cemetery and stand around there and see what those people are doing. Huh? They're taking a nap, a good old long one. And so anyway, guys, just some general stuff. And actually, the purpose of the video is just to get you started thinking about that day when you wake up and you're no longer employed, that you're in charge of you for the first time in 30 years or whatever it happens to be. You are going to set your own tempo now. Yeah, you're free in a lot of ways. And so you have to learn how to deal with it. So having said that, I hope I didn't confuse you. I hope I helped someone. I just get you thinking about it, before it actually happens, And you get that gold watch or whatever they give you. Sometimes they don't give you anything. They just, okay, you're out. Next, it's really pretty hardcore now. But you just there's a lot of things you can do. You can do. What can you do in advance of that day? Well, make a list of the things you want to do the first day you're retired. Now, you may not do any of them, but at least you got a plan, and you can change it or not do it at all. But at least you've filled in that void in your mind that is thinking about, okay, Monday morning when I get up, what am I going to do? Well, have a little plan. Shit, first thing is get out of bed. You have to start your YouTube channel. Hell, there's nothing wrong with that. I did 12 years ago or 11 years ago, whatever the hell it was. And I didn't know anything about it. But, you can figure it out. And while you're figuring it out, time's passing. And it gives you something to do. George Burns says, you got to have a reason to get out of bed. There is a lot in that, I guarantee you. When you're laying there in the morning and thinking, shit, I think I'll sleep in, you can. You can this time you can. Is that good or bad? I think you need to get your butt out of bed on a regular time, just like you did when you were working. Okay, I mean, you're now you're working for you. You're working to keep yourself healthy, working to keep yourself entertained. You're the boss now, guys. So having said that, from out here in the middle of the wilderness, so to speak, on a misty morning, but it's supposed to, the sun's going to break through this in a little bit. Yeah, enjoy your life, man. And if you're getting ready for retirement, hell, make you a little plan. There's nothing wrong with that. Have your little budget, little plan. Shit, yeah, enjoy the crap out of it. Anyway, guys, thumbs up. Carpe diem. Adios. Bye-bye. Buy anything you want anytime. But if you think about it, use the Amazon link in the description of all of my videos. Why? I don't know why. You do you, I do me. This is a ranch here. I'm going to turn around here. But yeah, this is, I don't know, they got a neat, that's their brand. Okay. But anyway, yeah, the whole thing is just, get prepared for retirement because it's coming. And if you're already in it, some of these ideas might help you a little bit. But walking for a good period of time every day, 2 or 3 times a day, is really an excellent part of your daily routine, in my opinion. Enjoy your life. Adios. Bye bye. Use the Amazon link if you choose to, and enjoy life. Bye.